Hello! Oh shit! That didn't work. Let's try that again. Hello! Welcome to the car, the van. I need to have some semblance of an idea of what I'm gonna say. Oh hey! Didn't see you there. Over there, you there. Oh. Hey. What the fuck am I doing? Yeah. Over the course of the next 11 days, I'm going to be driving the entire length of Interstate 80. Why am I doing this? Because I can! Currently, I am in Alameda, California, very close to the beginning of Interstate 80, and I live in New Jersey, which is where Interstate 80 ends, so I can just take it the whole way back. And that probably won't be boring, so that's why I'm vlogging it. Now you may be wondering, Aiden, how did you get to California if you live in New Jersey? I drove, obviously, but I didn't take 80. So I will be taking 80 back. And now maybe you're thinking, maybe you're a highway expert and you're like, well then what highway did you take, you crazy guy person? I took a pretty roundabout route because I was on a road trip with a friend. That friend lives in California, so now I am alone driving the entire way back. Now, I've been traveling around for a couple of months now in my van, and I've been sleeping in the van. I put the seats down, and there's a nice space back here for me to sleep. I'll show you it in a second. I currently have 102,904 miles on the car. So now it's time for a little tour of my car. It's a little bit of a mess right now. I do have two garbage bags over there. We got my dirty laundry and my clean laundry and a boomerang. There is a boomerang in the clean laundry, don't worry about that. That backpack has all of my valuable possessions in it. I tend to bring it with me whenever I leave the car. That's my water in case I get a little thirsty and I need 35 half liters. That's my food bin. Oh, my hand is big. That's my food bin. I have a garbage thing, obviously, as I produced some. And then the front seat's just normal. But yeah, this is my bed. Those are my car keys. So for today's leg of the journey, we're gonna be arriving in Nevada, but we have to start in San Francisco. I have to apologize if any of this video is just in poor quality, because this was all a very last minute decision and it's all recorded on my kind of old phone. Now, the drive to San Francisco is kind of funny. I have to take 80 to get to the start of 80 and then drive it back the way I came from. And if you're thinking, Aiden, why are you doing this to yourself? Why would you drive on a Saturday? It is Saturday currently. Why would you drive on a Saturday into San Francisco? Because I want to get the full highway, okay? Could you imagine being all the way on this side of the country and then not actually starting the highway at the very beginning? For the rest of my life, it would haunt me. All right.
Continue on I-80 West for 7 miles.
The funny thing to me is that this part of the route is completely just so I can get to the beginning of this highway and go the opposite direction. Like, I'm gonna be driving exactly back the way I came. I have to pay a toll twice to get over the bridge. Though I will admit it will be kind of cool to go over the Bay Bridge. Oh, there's even more bridge. Oh, wow. This is a long bridge. We're officially in San Francisco, baby, at a red light, which I suspect we'll spend most of our time in San Francisco at a red light, because we're not going to be here very long. We just have to basically do a U-turn and get back on the highway. So, you know, we've got a tiny bit of an issue because being that I'm under the highway, Google Maps does not know where I am anymore. I am under the impression that I need to continue straight, and I may be able to actually use signs to navigate to the start of the highway. Google has now figured out where we are, though it wants me to turn here in a direction that I cannot. So that's unfortunate. Turn left here, okay.
Take the next left onto 14th Street.
Woo! These houses are pretty. Alright, we're very close now.
Take the next right onto 13th Street, then turn right onto South Van Ness Avenue.
We are about to get on 80.
You've arrived.
Hey, here we are on 80. Traffic. I don't know what else I would expect. So I'm at my first rest stop at this point. It's not really a rest stop, I just parked on the street because I couldn't find a rest area, and I've been driving for longer than I like to. My strategy is to stop roughly every hour, just to stretch, sometimes to eat. It really breaks up the monotony of driving for extended periods of time. The first major city that we're gonna pass through is Sacramento. I don't know if I'm actually gonna stop in Sacramento. Technically, I've already gone over budget for my travels, and I haven't even done the portion that I'm doing on video. So I have to be a little bit conservative about detours that I take and ways to spend money. But I will try to see all the important things. So we're about 40 miles from Sacramento, which means that we are very likely to pass through there before my next rest stop. Also, if you're wondering if I'm wearing two glasses at once, I am. I don't have clip-ons, and I don't have prescription sunglasses. So that's it. That's this is what we're living with. I believe we're skirting around the edge of Sacramento right now. We have just, oh, actually, there's the Sacramento city limit. So here we are. We have just passed the junction with Interstate 5, which, if you're not already aware, the interstate highway system is numbered in a very logical way. All of the highways ending in a 5 are major north to south routes, and they go up from 5 to 15 to 25 as you cross from west to east. And in fact, the spot where 80 ends is on Interstate 95, which is the last 5-based highway. I actually did end up stopping in Sacramento to get gas. Just hit 2,000 feet above sea level, which is very quick to rise 1,000 feet. Yes, the Holy Trinity. We are currently 7,227 feet above sea level. We are so very close to Nevada. I know that we are because the exit we just passed is for Florestan, which I saw on the map is basically the last spot in California. I suppose it would make sense if the Sierra Nevadas went into Nevada. That would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it? Finally, here we have it. Welcome to Nevada. not even 2 miles in and there's a casino on the left. I pulled over just here. We're like only a few miles in, and Nevada already looks considerably different than California. I have actually found that happens in pretty much every state. You cross a border and just suddenly it looks different. It sounds made up, but here it is, happening again. Do you like the way my rear view mirror just shines the sun directly into my face? There you have it. There's Reno. Well, I assume anyway. I didn't see anything that said it was, but like, it probably is. The 80 East signs are now pointing towards Elko, which is interesting because that is past the point where we're gonna sleep tonight. Elko is, well, I know nothing about it, but it's further away. You can see on that sign on the right there, the Nevada State Highway sign, or symbol rather. So we're scheduled to arrive, shut up. Oh my God. So we're scheduled to arrive around 10:30, which is about an hour after I like to arrive places and just before I like to go to sleep. I'm not gonna record a lot of the stuff in the dark, both because I have low storage and because it's just dark and you won't be able to see anything. Hey, so my video quality is even worse than usual because it's dark now, but I made it. We're here. It is a couple minutes past when I like to already be asleep by. So I'm gonna go in the back and go to sleep as quickly as I can. So it's a new day here in Nevada, or Nevada. If you're from Nevada, you say Nevada. If you're not, then you say whatever you want to say, and that's fine. I like how in this part of the country you can really just have your cruise control on and just never have to turn it off unless you have to stop somewhere. Now I think the perspective of the camera makes it a little bit harder to tell, but that mountain up ahead, it really stands out. I don't know if you can tell, but there's some cool white sand on the right there. I just saw a sign that said 300 miles to Salt Lake City. It's kind of funny, most of the way I have not been using navigation at all, since I know that I'm just following this highway. I just don't bother until I'm relatively close to the destination. You know, it takes very little time before you start to get a little crazy driving alone. But I've learned to just embrace it. I have been talking to myself since yesterday, but you gotta embrace the crazy. You gotta just... You know what I mean? Jesus Christ. There was just an entire tire in the road. And of course the camera's facing this way. I'm gonna stop at this rest area and I'll talk to you in a bit. So we actually just had a bit of a whoopsie. Turns out that rest area was closed and completely unmarked. It just... there weren't even cones blocking it or anything. It just, at the end of the lane, just said road closed. Which, I don't know... I had to literally back onto the highway, which is... stupid, but it was safe the way that I went about it, because obviously no one else was gonna enter the rest area lane that I was reversing out of, and I just kind of went into the shoulder and waited for a truck to pass, and now we're back on the highway, and I still have to find a spot to stop. Which, it works out anyway, because it's not like they had gas there, and I do need to get gas before I proceed much further. That being said, I don't know where the hell I'm going to find a gas station. I don't know if you've noticed, but we are kind of in the middle of nowhere. Alright, well, we're entering Elko County line. Entering the line. We're entering the county. And these exits seem to be to places that have stuff. I can't see a gas station anywhere in the vicinity, and I could see pretty far. Maybe I'm just not recognizing it as a gas station. There's gotta be one nearby. But, it would just really suck to run out of gas. Do you see what I see? Because that sure looks... I can't speak English. That sure looks like a sign for gas to me. Oh, they have a subway, too. You know, you could be in the middle of the actual, Arctic, and you'll just find a subway. So I just stopped at this gas station, which just has a casino in it. Also, that's weird. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize that was gonna happen. Whoa! I was just in the complete middle of nowhere, and now there's just this stuff. We're very close to the border with Utah. I thought that sign said World War III training base, and I was like, why are we preparing? Oh, would you look at that? Welcome to Utah. This is my first time in Utah. Very cool. So I was just looking in my food bin for something to eat when I realized, I'd really rather have a drink. And then I was like, is there anywhere I can buy a drink around here? Probably not. There is nowhere in the general vicinity where I can buy a beverage of any kind. Guess it's water for now. Guess that'll keep me healthy at least. I just want to point out that I've been at this exit for kind of a while, maybe 10, 15 minutes. And I think maybe one person exited, which is just crazy to me. But also, you saw the area. It's not exactly bustling. I think we're something like 30 minutes from Salt Lake City and 50 minutes from where we're trying to sleep. But we're making really good time. As you can see, the sun isn't even down yet, and we have transitioned into mountain time. So officially, we are now an hour forward. I don't know why, but it kind of smells like fish. And there's no visible body of water from where I am, but it smells like fish. Actually, there might be a body of water over on the left, but it's kind of hard to see because the entire area on the left is flat. If you remember what I said about the highways ending in 5, US Highway 15 we're actually going to be on. That's where we're going to get off in Salt Lake City. And that'll take us to where we are sleeping. We'll be in Riverton, Utah, which from what I understand is just sort of a suburb of Salt Lake City. So we have just split off of 80. We're now on 15, and we're just headed south for about 15 miles, and then we're gonna exit, and we're gonna be pretty close, I think. But we did it, we arrived. So now I just have to hang out in this parking lot for like 2.5 hours, and then it's bedtime. So that's all for today, I guess. Good afternoon, it's currently 2:15 in Salt Lake City. I didn't record anything earlier in the day because I haven't done much. Basically just the usual morning routine type stuff. But it dragged out for a nice long time because I got a little lost. And then also the Starbucks that I picked to do my morning routine in turned out to be in a supermarket. I always love when that happens because then there's no bathroom. I was lucky enough that there was a place to sit in this one at least. So I did manage to get all of the files off of my phone that I need to. So now we're set for the day. My plan is I'm going to go park at the library. I might look around the library for a little bit. And then I'm going to walk from the library to Temple Square, which I believe is sort of like the central thing of Salt Lake City, other than maybe perhaps the Salt Lake. I do want to see the lake as well, but I think I'll maybe save that for tomorrow before I head out, just because I would like to use the daylight to see those other things I mentioned. Yeah, we're just gonna explore. The library is even cooler than I was expecting. Though I gotta say, it's really hot on this roof, but I just feel obligated to get all the way to the top, you know? Just to get the best view. This is kind of crazy. You can literally see all the way down. Ah, you can even see my shadow. Okay, so technically where I'm standing is the highest point, though it is not the most amazing view. It's just a door. I'm gonna make my way to the Temple Square now. I am gonna come back here later. This is probably the coolest library I think I've ever seen. And I'm a little bit of a library connoisseur. I like to stop in the libraries that I stop in. One thing about carrying around my backpack everywhere is it is so exhausting. And I know that I am hurting my back. I'm drenched, but just my back. Very strange. There's this coffee shop across the street that I might visit. Why not? Let's go do it. That was a nice place. It was just a little bit expensive for what it was worth. All in all, I'm glad I stopped there though. Alright, so now it is 7:37. After I went to the cafe, I went to Temple Square like I intended. One little snag though, the temple in question is undergoing a lot of construction and they're not letting anybody in. I got to go into the tabernacle, which I honestly had no idea what a tabernacle was. I knew it was religious because I'd heard of the Mormon Tabernacle Choir. It's kind of like an auditorium or like a concert hall, but with a religious focus. It's kind of funny that I mentioned the Mormon Tabernacle Choir because then I go to the back of the room and I see this sign. Of course, it's Salt Lake City. It's a tabernacle. Anyway, I went back to the library and just kind of sat for a while because carrying around my backpack is really exhausting and it was 90 degrees. In any case, I am in pain, so I decided to order dinner. Tomorrow's checklist is come back here, walk around a bit, try and find a little thing. Then I'm gonna see if I can find a place where I can actually see the Great Salt Lake, and then I'm going to drive to Cheyenne, Wyoming. Anyway, it's time for me to go home, and by home I mean the Walmart in Riverton, Utah. Good morning. We are here in Utah yet again. Today is the day we're going to Wyoming. We're gonna be in Wyoming most of the day. I have done all my morning stuff. Everything's out of the way. All I have to do now is go to the lake, which I was reading some reviews and everybody said it was nice, but it smelled bad. And it did smell like fish as I was driving through it with the windows closed. Alright, I'm not gonna lie. It smells pretty bad. Different spot that's not covered in insects, but like, look at this. I don't know if you could see them very clearly before, but that all of the dark spots there, they are all little bugs. Well, yeah, that's definitely water. Alright, my hair's a little crazy, but bear with me. I put some sand at the bottom of my water bottle, which I crushed so it would be easier to store. So now I have some sand. Isn't that great? I think all that's left is for me to like look at the visitor center. It's only 82 degrees outside, believe it or not, but it feels so much hotter. Anyway, so I got a couple of things from the visitor center. Like, I got this postcard. And I realized the purpose of a postcard is to like mail it, but I don't really want to because I'm just gonna see my family in a couple days anyway. But I wanted to get them something because my mom said something along the lines of like, get me a souvenir when I was talking to her yesterday. So I did. It's a crumpled up roll of newspaper. Not really. Inside the newspaper, you're never gonna see this coming. There's a little gift, and it is just a chunk of salt from the Salt Lake. I also got this magnet since I've been collecting magnets from a lot of the places I've been going. The last thing I got is a really minor thing. I just got this little piece of licorice because I was like, well, that looks kind of tasty. We'll see how it tastes. I'll let you know. I need to turn on the air conditioning before I literally die. It ruins the quality of the audio, but it's very necessary. I'm melting into the chair. It's so melty. It just straight up, it looks like the way the lake smells. It was quite good. I think I'm actually gonna skip Trolley Square. It seemed like a cool place, but I just would rather hit the road. I've already made my purchase for the day, all the souvenirs. I do have to stop for gas though, so I will look for gas in the Salt Lake City vicinity. Alright, so we got gas, and we're now ready to just head to 80. I'm pretty sure I just have to go back up that highway, all the way over another highway, and then I'm on 80. So I'm not gonna bother getting directions, but there's a chance I could get lost. We'll hope not, though. We are actually very close to the border already. That exit goes to what appears to be the last, like, somewhat significant place on the map before entering, Wyoming. I have been to Wyoming. I've also been to Nebraska. Iowa is actually the only state left that I've never been to before, but I haven't been to the section of Wyoming that we're traveling through. Well, we're seeing signs for exit 3, which obviously has to be in Wyoming. Are we in Wyoming? Did they just not even welcome me? What the hell, Wyoming? Why did you do this to me? Yeah, we're 2 miles in. How did We've been here for 2 miles. Wow, I found the perfect angle for it to be facing forward. Does not really work the other direction. Unless, well, I'll just drive like this. My knees on the wheel. I know some people who probably would not find that funny at all. So I checked my route and I realized that I actually am not sleeping in Cheyenne. I'm sleeping in Yellowstone National Park. Just kidding. I'm staying in Laramie, which is close, but it's actually closer to us right now than Cheyenne is, so that's kind of nice. A little bit less driving today. I gotta say, even though I do like the scenery, it definitely feels like it's dragging a little bit more today. I think civilization has been fewer and farther between, which kind of makes sense because Wyoming is the least populous state in the United States, so. You can see very far. So I arrived at... Okay. Well, it's dark now, but whatever. Here, I'll change my angle. Okay, now the lighting is perfect. Anyway, I'm at Walmart now, in case you couldn't tell. I got a yogurt and... What was the other... Oh, Skittles. Because guess what? They brought back lime. And I kind of want to punish them for having taken it away in the first place. But, I also kind of would like lime Skittles. So I bought them. Good afternoon. We are still in Laramie, Wyoming. I'm about to head to Nebraska, but first I went into this place behind me, Freddy's. Yeah, that's what it's called. And I got some ice cream because I was craving ice cream yesterday. And I decided, you know what? We might as well go ahead and do it. So I did. And now I'm here with the ice cream over there. I got just like a regular scoop of chocolate, but I could have gotten something more creative. My head is too big in this frame. I can't, there we go. That's a little bit better. I wasn't expecting this, but when I went inside, the decor and the menu and everything was very reminiscent of Stewart's, which is a place I used to go when I was a kid. And it has a very special place in my heart. So as you can imagine, this place gets a positive review from me just for nostalgia reasons, but also it is good ice cream. So, but they had a lot of stuff on their menu that seemed pretty interesting. So I recommend it. If you ever find yourself in Laramie, Wyoming for some reason, go there. Okay, sitting up is good for my body, but terrible for the frame, so I'm gonna sit like this for a sec. I've been to this rest stop before, actually. There's a little bit of 80 that I drove that runs from Cheyenne to Sydney, and Sydney is in Nebraska. So this is a rest stop that I stopped at, and I remember it being immediately on the border. So, I hope you're ready for an entire day of Nebraska, because I've only just begun driving. This is my first stop. To be specific, we're going to Seward, Nebraska, which now that I'm saying that name out loud, it sounds like sewer. But that town is not quite all the way to Lincoln, but Lincoln is sort of the area that I'm going to explore tomorrow. I honestly liked Nebraska, and I don't have a very good reason for it, but I just had a good time there. I'm glad I went, and I'm glad I'm going again. Nebraska, the good life. Home of Arbor Day. I'm trying to take a little rest stop, and I guess I'll go right. But it's just funny because this was like my only option for an exit. You know what? I'll just pull over right here. It seems people have done it before. Okay, that works. But like, look at where we are. This is the middle of absolutely nowhere. But it's just funny because I took the exit, I looked both directions, and there was nothing. That sign over there is for a town that's 6 miles away. And in the opposite direction, there was a sign for something 27 miles away. This road that I was gonna use to do a little U-turn here just goes straight into the crops. Isn't that funny? I just expected there to be a path, you know? Anyway, back to the highway. Another thing to note, I don't know if you can see the little thing that looks like a railroad crossing arm, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so apparently sometimes they close the interstate, and I was just thinking, wow, I'm glad that that's not happening while I'm trying to travel the entire length of it, because that would really suck. But my theory regarding that is that it's actually for like the winter time, because I think it does snow here. So I found a rest stop and I took a nice long break here. It is now later. I just realized I don't have a clock anywhere near me. The car is off. It's starting to get dark. So I've pulled over on the side of the road because I missed the last rest stop I was going to take. The moon is beautiful. It's almost full, so that's cool. And it stands way out because there are no hills or anything even remotely blocking it. There's the occasional tree, so that's something. We're less than an hour away, though I'm arriving later than I was planning on. Also, have a look at this here sign. You see what that says? Pavement ends. I thought it was gonna say like, oh, the highway ends. No, there's just no pavement over there. Good morning. It is 10 a.m. in Seward. We are on our way back to the highway to go into Lincoln, where I am going to take a shower and get my morning stuff done, and then we're gonna explore. Today is not a travel day. It's just a be in Nebraska day. All right, so I've done my morning routine. I did the laundry. It's scalding hot. It's really hot outside. It's like 95 degrees is the high today, and it might be about there right now. So I decided I'm gonna go to a mall because malls are indoors. And I don't know if this is like the bigger mall or if it's like a smaller mall. There were a couple malls in the area, but this is, I think it was just the nearest one because it was the first one that Google recommended when I searched mall. So this is the Gateway Mall. I think it's gonna look pretty much the same as every other mall in America, other than of course like the Mall of America and like the American Dream Mall, which are, you know, huge, and I've been to neither of those. So technically I don't know anything. Well, that was a nice mall. I think it was pretty average, but it was nice. I can't complain about it. In a little bit, I'm gonna call my family and then I'm gonna find some other place to hang out. I think maybe I'll drive to like a park or something, take the call in the car there, and then just walk around the park. I don't know how many touristy things there are in Lincoln, Nebraska, but doing the touristy things isn't really what's important to me. It's more just like sort of being in the environment and just experiencing it. Dang, Aiden, what a great idea. Call your family in a place called Wilderness Park. I'm sure the signal will be great. I'm sure I have so much data signal connection. You get the idea. Well, I called my family for a pretty long time, which caused me to sweat into oblivion. I am no longer a person. The water contents of my body have decreased to such an extent that I no longer qualify as a human being, or perhaps even alive. So that's unfortunate, but at least I have Pepsi to rehydrate. This was brought to you by Pepsi. Compared to Salt Lake City, this place is really low-key, and I like that. I prefer low-key cities over the big ones, generally speaking. So I really like the vibe here. That in combination with everything around looking very similar to the way it does at home, it's pretty nice. This church has some splaining to do. The entire freaking thing is in this font. This is the worst font of all time. Look at that A. Look at that. What is that? Look at the way the Y just stretches for no reason. And the V's? Don't even get me started on the freaking V's. This is a sin. This is a cardinal sin. So I got hungry, so I decided to eat local. I'm at McDonald's. McDonald's is a comfort food of mine. Sometimes I indulge, okay? I don't know why I'm acting like you're attacking me. I like McDonald's. Anyway, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drive around for a bit and then we'll just see where the roads take me. So I accidentally took a wrong turn. I know you can't see my eyes, but there's not much I can do about that because I am currently driving. I ended up on a fast road that appears to be going away from the city. So you could call that a wrong turn. I just need to turn the heck around. Or there is a sign ahead, which you can't see because of the direction the camera is facing, that's pointing me towards 80. Which technically is the way home. Home being a near empty parking lot in Seward, Nebraska. Maybe I'll stop by in Lincoln again tomorrow. I know I have to stop in Omaha tomorrow because I'll be passing through there and I would like to see Omaha as well. And then I'll end up in Iowa City by the end of the day. Interestingly enough, Iowa City met all of my criteria for me to sleep there, which is generally not a likely situation when it comes to cities. But hey, if it works, it works. Alright, we are now on the interstate officially. You are still looking at 3/4 of my face. I really enjoyed Lincoln, to be honest. And the funny thing is, I barely did anything. When you think about it, all I did was go to a mall, a park, I walked around the street for a bit, and then I went to McDonald's. And that's pretty much it. This is the gorgeous view we have. It's honestly kind of terrifying. I don't think I have seen a darker interstate highway in my life. I'm still in Nebraska. I like it here. It's cool. It has my approval. There are trees. I didn't realize there would be trees. So that's cool. Good morning. My hair is down because it's actually the morning and I pretty much just woke up like 30 minutes ago. So I'm gonna go to Lincoln just to... Is that a New Jersey plate? There's a truck that is from Totowa, New Jersey. It actually says Totowa on the truck. That's funny. Hey buddy. I'm gonna stop in Lincoln to go to the same Starbucks I went to yesterday and just get changed and do all that stuff that I do. And then I am going to drive to Omaha. I don't know what I'm gonna do there. I'm gonna explore it a little bit, and then I'm gonna go to Iowa City. I probably will be able to spend actually a good bit of time in Omaha, because since I'm spending the full day tomorrow in Iowa City, I don't feel like it's urgent that I get there. So I'm gonna go to Omaha now. My only plan there is to get a coffee from a local chain. It's one I've never heard of. It's Scooters. I guess it's a thing in this part of the country, so I'm gonna try it. I'll let you know what I think. Alright, so I stopped at a Scooters drive-thru. So I got this. I haven't tried it yet. It is a hazelnut cappuccino blender. I have high expectations. I don't have a great caffeine tolerance, so I should have asked for this decaf, but it is what it is. This is very good. I will drink more sips of this and perhaps even complete it. Guess what? This is a small. This is clearly 16 ounces. I mean, maybe it's not clear to like ordinary civilians, but I worked at Starbucks. It's too bad these don't exist anywhere near me, because this is far better than Starbucks. They even put a little sticker on there. Do you see that sticker? I realize it's not focused at all, but look at that sticker. There was some traffic on the way here, as is to be expected. This is the main city of Nebraska, I would say. Lincoln is the capital, but Omaha, I think, is the bigger city. So there was a sign that said the riverfront is 7 blocks down the road, so that's where I'm going to walk. The river in question is the Missouri River, which actually forms the border with Iowa. Okay, so most of the roads to get to the river are closed. However, I did notice, you can actually see it from here, but I'm going to try and get closer to it. That's a pedestrian bridge over there. It would be cool to try and cross. Could you imagine the first time I go to Iowa is on foot? I like how this has become a game of can I get to the waterfront? I noticed that as I was walking back, there was a guy setting down a sign that said sidewalk closed right where I was. So I was on a closed sidewalk. He looked at me pretty sternly with a cigarette in his mouth, so I just kind of took that as a get the hell out of here, punk. You can see a lot from here too. A lot of construction, but it's still a lot of stuff. If those trees had a birth certificate, it would say they're from Iowa. I made it to the bridge. As you can see, it begins right here, crosses over. Do you like my hair? I just realized I don't know where I parked specifically. I'm hoping that I'll know it when I see it. I know the general direction to go in. I'm pretty sure my parking has expired by now, and I do still have a couple blocks to go. So I'm hoping nobody comes along and tickets me or worse tows me, because who knows what the heck I'll do in that case. Also, I'm wearing flip-flops because I wasn't thinking. I should have changed my shoes, and this is probably slowing me down. At the very least, it is hurting me. Oh God, I am exhausted, but there's my car over there. So it hasn't been towed at least. I just power walked through 93-degree weather in flip-flops to get to the car, but I didn't get a ticket. I am tired and I am covered in sweat, and that has pretty much happened like every single day of my travel. Interestingly, it's been getting hotter as I go east. Anyway, it was worth it to go to Iowa on foot, because that was funny. My feet are in pain. They probably have a pretty solid tan line too. If not, they at least have an injury line, because holy crap, I'm realizing I literally broke the skin on my foot. All in all though, Omaha's great. Anyway, now I'm gonna drive to Iowa. So I missed the exit to get back on 80, and now I am stuck in traffic. So that's great. I will say I have not enjoyed driving in this area really at all because there's so much construction, even on this highway. And like the first exit I should be able to take is also closed. Aha! The people of Iowa welcome us! Thank you, I really like that sign. Hell yeah, here we are. We are in Iowa. Those are some interesting sculptures. I have arrived in Iowa City. I guess we'll explore tomorrow. I'm gonna try doing some DoorDash deliveries tomorrow because I drive for DoorDash and I have just spent a lot on gas, as I'm sure you can imagine. So I would like to try and earn some of that back. So that's my plan for tomorrow. Earlier in the day though, I am gonna do a little bit of exploring. Good afternoon, we are in Iowa City. It is currently 3:45. Basically nothing has happened today. I had a really slow day. Do you remember the drink I had yesterday? It kept me up until 2:30 a.m. and I had a very slow morning and I proceeded to have a slow afternoon. But as you know, I was planning on DoorDashing. So I was like, all right, I might as well do that. That's something that honestly requires less energy than exploring. I made $5.50 and then all of the other deliveries it recommended for me were like really bad. Anyway, so I'm gonna try this grocery store called Hy-Vee. It's gonna be a normal grocery store. I'll tell you that right now. Pretty much every grocery store has a consistent vibe. Though there's like little subtle differences you pick up on when you go to a lot of grocery stores, as I have. So I'll be appreciating those minor contrastions. I'm trying to find another way to say subtle differences, because I've already said subtle differences. Whatever. Something will make the cut, probably. As you can see, we are here. I've already been inside. I felt weird about recording inside, and then I also carried stuff in my bare hands, so I couldn't actually hold my camera if I wanted to. Yeah. So, the thing I usually put my camera on, it's garbage. Anyway, I just want to do a quick mukbang. Not really. I am gonna try the food that I got. And I only got like 3 things from the store. First thing is this pastry sort of thing. You know what? I am gonna move the camera because the light being there is not good. Interesting. See, I thought it would smell different. I can tell that it's got cinnamon sugar, which it does. I read that. That's really good. I was looking for something that wasn't too sweet. This is a little bit sweeter than I was going for, but there are definitely pastries out there that are way off the deep end, and this is not at all. I also got this tropical fruit trail mix. Nice and fine chunks of fruit. That was actually really good. I will continue to eat that and have that be my sort of lunch. I don't really have proper meals. It doesn't make much sense to when I'm on the road. Like, it's just, if I'm hungry, I'll eat something. And my goal is to eat something healthy when I'm hungry. Which doesn't always work, but usually for breakfast I'll have like a Luna bar. And then throughout the rest of the day I've got trail mix, I've got, peanut butter and bread, which would make a peanut butter sandwich. If you didn't know, those are the main ingredients. I am a bit of a cook, if I do say so myself. I make cuisine. When I remember to at the end of the day, sometimes I'll buy yogurt. I'll just have to buy one because obviously that needs to be refrigerated. But yeah, so that's my general daily stuff. Anything else, like, I'll have like a couple snacks throughout the day, and sometimes I'll buy food, like hot food. So the last thing that I purchased is watermelon jarritos. I am a big fan of this brand. But yeah, I've had many flavors of this. I don't think I've had the watermelon one yet. That's good. The flavors are natural too, with this brand, so that's cool. My mom would approve. And you know what they say? If my mom, specifically mine, likes something, it is inherently good. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying now. Alright, that's really good. I'm really satisfied with my purchases from this here supermarket. Come to Iowa to get fucking groceries. So I should have done this a while ago, but I just want to show you what I'm dealing with. So this is the thing that is supposed to attach to this. That is what my phone has been on for most of the recordings. Basically, anytime I'm not holding it, that's where it is. But we have this fun little problem with it, where this back part, which is supposed to tighten the thing, just doesn't work. So I actually just threw out my phone stand because clearly it doesn't work. I'm just gonna buy a new one at this point. It's just too much work. I tried taping it, I tried doing everything I could. It's just a lost cause. So we're going to Walmart. Again. Well, that took significantly longer than I had hoped. I don't know how long I spent in there, like 40 minutes maybe? I just couldn't find anything, but eventually I did, as you can see. Only took an ungodly amount of time. This mount is about 1,000,000 times better than the previous one. Look at this. I don't have to move the thing at all to switch from this view to this view, which, as you may be able to tell, is a pretty good central view of where I am driving. It's a little bit tilted to the right. Honestly, I think this is the best product Iowa City has to offer. I love that these are the things I get happy about and excited about. To celebrate our new dash mount, let's go for a drive. Let's see what's around. Let's accidentally end up on a highway I don't want to be on. So I think I left the city. It's just been corn for a while. I don't know what to do at this point. I guess the goal is to turn around, but where? Oh, actually no, there's like a little road here, right? I could just... minimum maintenance road. Level B service, enter at your own risk. I've never seen a sign like that in my life. Good to go. God bless America. Oh, look at that. You can see me and my car. This is actually a really solid angle. I wish I had purchased this at the beginning of the trip. I'm sure you wish that too. Good morning. It is not the morning at all. It's 2 in the afternoon. It's a new day is the point. This morning, I met my friend, which was really cool. We got coffee, and we chatted for quite a while. As a consequence, I'm probably gonna arrive pretty late at the destination, but it was worth it, in my opinion. The driving today is particularly intensive. There's 9 hours of driving, and that's not factoring in any breaks, which I will need to take. You cannot drive for 9 consecutive hours. You'll die. It's scientifically proven. So anyway, today's footage is mostly just going to be a montage of places that I'm driving through. Tomorrow there will be a little bit more, and I'm going to a concert tomorrow too, so that's pretty cool. I might include a couple of clips from that, probably not a ton though. Let's get going. No. We're actually crossing multiple state lines today. Every other day it's just been a single cross. But today, we're going from Iowa to Illinois. We've already done that. And then from Illinois to Indiana to Ohio. And we're gonna almost be in Pennsylvania because our destination is Austintown, which is basically on the border. We're in Indiana, I guess. I don't know. I didn't even see Chicago. I am genuinely very confused. Now, as we trek closer and closer to home, I want you to remember that I have seen 49 out of the 50 states' license plates since I left my house in July. The only one that remains is Rhode Island. Look at that. They use Easy Pass here. That is the best thing I've ever heard. I have Easy Pass because we use it in New Jersey too. And that just really felt to me like a welcome to your part of the woods. Time to pass easily. I'm at a travel center, which is pretty cool. It's basically a rest stop that just looks like a New Jersey rest stop, which is awesome because a lot of New Jersey rest stops are like basically little food courts. And this one is exactly that. So I just ate dinner. As you can see, it is already dark. I'm also kind of running out of space on my phone because I didn't have a chance to take stuff off of it this morning like I normally do. I will have a couple of recordings for the remainder of the route, but it will be mostly under the dark of night. So it's dark as hell in Ohio. I can't really show you much at all, I've realized from trying to record. Still hoping for that Rhode Island plate. It hasn't shown up yet, but I'm hanging on. I'm about to find out how far away I am. Hopefully not very far because my goal was to arrive there already. I'm at the Welcome Center to Ohio, and it's on the other end of Ohio. So it's gonna be a while. Okay, I just checked. It's 3 hours away, which means I'm getting there at 2 a.m. Which is horrible because I have to wake up early tomorrow in order to drive all the way to Pennsylvania in time for a concert. Things are going to be very fast, okay? And that's going to be difficult for me because I am slow. Now, normally I would get up and walk around. I'm literally gonna walk in a circle around my car and come right back because I just don't have time. I'm not trying to drive until 3 in the morning. Well, that was fun. Hi, welcome to my dark vlog. We made it, yeah. It's 3:15 a.m. I don't know how this happened. By the way, I'm really looking forward to getting a great night of like 5 hours of sleep. Good night, I guess. Good morning. As you can see, my hair is not even tied yet. I have done nothing except get up and go to the bathroom, and that's it. I've decided that the best strategy is to combine rest stops with my morning routine. It's the only way for me to get to where I'm trying to get to on time, because normally when I go to rest stops I just kind of wander around for a bit. Sometimes I'll eat something, but that's about it. So this time what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, do something that I need to do daily at each rest stop. We are in sheets country again, finally. There are no sheets in New Jersey, but I do love sheets. Ohio has very similar vibes to Pennsylvania, but it's just a little bit off. Like, you can always tell, no, this is Ohio, this is not quite Pennsylvania. But even a lot of the same businesses are here, like that Sheetz, and then there's a Giant Eagle. All of those things I really associate with Pennsylvania, but that's because Pennsylvania is the closest state that has them. There are multiple states that do. So according to Google Maps, our exit is 260A, which you may think, if you've noticed any of the exit signs, oh, that's not far at all. That's just like 40 miles down the road. That's where you'd be wrong. See, we're talking about exit 260A in Pennsylvania. Being that this is Ohio, that means we have more than 260 miles to go. And in fact, we're already seeing signs for New York City, which is pretty crazy because even if I were to just drive straight through, it would still take like many hours. Tourist Info Center. You know what that means. Welcome to Pennsylvania. Pursue your happiness. My happiness is on the other side of Pennsylvania. It's funny how we just passed Interstate 79 on Interstate 80, and we're actually exiting onto Interstate 81. So we got to see 3 consecutive interstates today. That's not that exciting, I guess. I don't know. I thought it was cool, but I'm a fucking nerd, so that's probably why. We're a good bit through Pennsylvania now, and I still have yet to see a Rhode Island plate, yet I have seen a console plate. Another really big thing that I realized is as soon as we passed Interstate 99, I've been on this road since I left my house. Like for the vlog, I started in California because I stayed there for a little while, but right before that, I took a trip from my house to California. But I didn't go on 80 the whole way. I only went on 80 for a little bit of it, actually. But yes, I drove the opposite direction on this road at the very beginning of the trip, the very first day. So that's pretty cool. All right, what do you think the odds are I'm gonna see a Rhode Island plate on my way out of the rest stop? I did look it up. They do have front plates in addition to the rear plates, so I should be able to see it from the front as well. Unless, of course, it's a motorcycle, in which case, then I'm out of luck. Look at that! That is a Rhode Island plate right there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still in shock. I've seen all 50 states' plates, and that's significant to me because when I was younger, every single summer, my family would try and see how many plates they could see that year. It was usually like 20 something, I think. Never have we even come close to completing the full list. It is nice seeing all these New Jersey plates again. I can only imagine what it will be like when I'm actually in the state of New Jersey and everyone around me has a New Jersey plate, because they stand out to me now. Here we go, from 80 to 81. Alright, and we're only on 81 for it appears to be 16 miles. This is pretty though. I really love the hills of Pennsylvania. I'm very confused, because you can see the scenery here. So, it smells like expo markers. How the heck does that make any sense? Our ETA is very soon. I'm now here in the parking garage, as you can probably tell by the horrible lighting. I have no idea what I'm gonna do for an hour. Probably just lay around, and that'll be good enough for me. Good morning. Is it morning? No, it's not. It's 1:45 p.m. Today is the very last day. I'm wearing a tour shirt from the concert that I went to yesterday. I'm gonna be finishing Interstate 80 today, which I am very excited about. Technically speaking, if I wanted to drive straight home, it would take about half as long as this drive is actually going to take me, because I have to drive an hour north back to the highway, and then I have to finish the highway, and then I have to loop back around and eventually find my way back home. So anyway, it's time we go off and finish this thing. Check this right off my bucket list. We're finally on 80 again. I believe we are less than 50 miles from the border, which is very cool. I can't wait to be in New Jersey again. We are currently over the Delaware River, the border between Pennsylvania and New Jersey. There hasn't been a welcome sign yet, but there will be, and I know for a fact we're in New Jersey because we're on the other side of the river. 80 runs along the Delaware River like this for a little bit, so we actually have some views out on the right. Not that you can see very well, but it is there. Welcome to New Jersey! On the left, the sign. The admittedly a little bit underwhelming, kind of small, very mundane sign. I love my homeland. Ah yes, Buttsville, a place that actually exists for some reason. The thing that's just so hard to wrap my head around is that this is all the same highway. You know, this highway is one of the major highways by where I live. I am on this part of it every once in a while. We are now in Patterson. There's no way for me to move the camera for you to see out the left side, but there's city there. Oh my god. That is one glorious sign. 80 ends, 95 begins, 3/4 of a mile. Alright, we're taking 95 south. They're both equivalent exits, so I think that that's fine. What do you mean last exit in New Jersey? It is the only thing. Okay, I see what they're saying. If you get on north, you're inevitably going to New York City. Yes, that's probably true. Here we are. The highway splits and dissipates, and thus ends Interstate 80. We did it. We drove the whole thing, and here we are. At last. We're almost there. I mean, we did it, but I just have to park. And then I have to drive home. But oh my god, I can't wait to get out of this car. I love this car with all of my heart. I really do. It has brought me to some wonderful places. Right now, it's supposed to bring me to this wonderful place.
Your destination is on the left.
You're damn right it is. We did it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Thanks for watching.